I want to pull up this tweet from Glenn Greenwald. Really interesting here. CNN admits something unbelievably embarrassing. Many in the media failed to report more on Biden's cognitive issues because they feared, quote, blowback from the White House and Democrats, or worse, age stories angered the White House and the liberal Twitter sphere the most. Wow. These people are in a cult, okay? They are so terrified to offend, they won't say it. Meanwhile, Donald Trump goes on stage at the Libertarian Convention and gets boos, jeers, and cheers, willing to accept that challenge. The media on the right has no problem calling out Trump. Even Laura Loomer, there is no bigger supporter of Donald Trump than Laura Loomer. Even she called out Trump over his immigration policy for college graduates. If Laura Loomer can instantly go on Twitter and say, I love Trump, but no way. And Democrats are like, well, we'd say things about Biden, which are painfully obvious, but the Democrats on Twitter will get mad at us. Mm-hmm. That is the world that y'all live in if you're following this media.
And they also, what the hell is their job, though, at this point? If you're telling me that you're scared to report on the White House, why are you reporting on the White House?
They're not,
because they get invited to the parties.
Yeah, they're just trying to get engagements and try to keep their overblown media companies afloat, mm-hmm. right? They don't want anyone to say, you wrote something I don't like, so I'm not going to click on your website anymore. They need it to be something that people want to come back, and people don't want to read hard things.
I'll give a shout out to RFK Jr. We've criticized him several times, and he agreed to do a full show with us.
He's legit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've actually criticized Trump quite a bit, though we are supporters of his, and he had no problem with a smile on his face. It was like, let's sit down, let's do a show. And more in the works. It is unsurprising to me that these individuals want to engage with those who have criticized them. It is, in fact, where you want to be. Joe Biden should be coming on shows like this because these are the people he needs to convince, but they won't do it. You know why? Because they know they can't.
Right. Well, they're going to put him on George Stephanopoulos this weekend. You know, the Clinton, political strategist. He was a top-level Clinton advisor back, when Bill Clinton was president. Always maintained a close relationship with them. Pretty much was Hillary's mouthpiece in 2016. That's the interview that they decided that they were going to do, pretty obviously after this disastrous debate. I think that airs this weekend or something like that. But
with many, many jump cuts to make it look like there's a rapid
they do it every time. They put out a video from the White House, and if he's trying to say, a paragraph, there are 3 jump cuts in it. I mean, that's exactly how this interview is going to be too. Probably a little bit more well done to the point where it convinces the general public that it's not a jump cut.
It's wild to me that, we had Luke Rudkowski on the show, for instance, for a very long time. And many people in the audience accused Luke of having Trump derangement syndrome. And yet Trump supporters with smiles on their faces come in and sit down next to Luke and say, ask me anything. Mm-hmm. And now even Luke has tweeted, I'm voting for the felon over the other word.
It took him long enough.
My point is really simple. It's like Trump's people will gladly sit down and debate someone who doesn't agree with them, and they will have that conversation. That's it. Yep. You can criticize them, and they'll say, in fact, I tell you this, if I made a 2-hour show, just a list of everything that I thought Trump was wrong about, my email would be slammed with Trump supporters being like, let me come on the show and talk to you about this. The left is the opposite. They say, in this CNN article, the fear among these journalists is that if they report negative stuff, Karine Jean-Pierre is going to be like, we're not going to let you come to the White House anymore. They don't want anyone near them. It's an inversion.
That clearly works on some people, though.
Of course.
Right. But,
and it blows them in their faces.
You got to be a little bit fair to Joe Biden, though. I mean, he just did a really hard-hitting interview with Harry Sisson a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yeah, it was great. Asked him about his ice cream and whatnot. I mean, it was good.
Oh, what flavor ice cream?
It's a chocolate chip. That's the
chocolate chip.
It's double chocolate chip. Yeah, and I'm surprised.
It's a man flavor.
It changed from vanilla bean. Within I don't know how that changed. So I guess he forgot. I don't know what happened there.
Everybody,
that's a scandal. Why is nobody reporting on
everybody
this?
Everybody knows chocolate chip is the manliest of flavors because those chocolate chips are hard. And for someone like Joe Biden, whose teeth constantly fall out, it's a challenge to eat. Yeah.